Yo,
Yo, yo.
what's going on, man? Welcome to another episode. There we go. We got a live crowd in the building today, baby. A live crowd is in the building today.
Hey,
Um, Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We're getting more consistent with doing this. We appreciate all the love that we've been getting on social media. And we ready to do this thing today. We're gonna talk to NBA. Slow night in the NBA is only one game. Huge focus, obviously, on the Thursday night football game. But we want to talk about what's been going on in the association so far this year. Um, Really a lot of talk. We'll get into our power rankings. We're gonna start off with what we saw last night with the Los Angeles Lakers. Um, that's big right there. Improving to 7-2 on the season, 5 game win streak. There's been multiple games without Luca, games without Austin Reeves, games without both of them that the Lakers have found ways to win. And a hot topic right now has been once LeBron James come back, what will the Lakers look like? So I mean, what you think, Joe?
hey, look, man. You're looking good without Braun. And my thought is Braun got to come in and he's got to fit in what they're doing. Ball movement now. The team is playing free. He's got to fit in because I think right now we're the best version of the Lakers. You're seeing productivity from eight because guys like Luca, even Bronny are coming in and they're sharing the ball. Ball's constantly moving. Nobody's really kind of being stuck with the ball in their hands, things like that. So, I mean, just not being a stopper to that offense and just letting it flow, man. Because right now, as the offense is flowing, the ball movement, they're killing cats. I mean, you got random dudes contributing every night. Seems like it's somebody different every night. And you know, when Luca or Reeves are when they are out there, I mean, they're gonna get their bucket. You know, what I mean, that's a given. But getting these other guys involved and keeping their confidence high is the key to them being 7-2 right now. So if he can come back and fit into that, man, the Lakers would be great. But that's the question right now. Can he come back and fit into that, or is he going to try to be, ISO Brown? So we'll see.
Uh, I mean, what do you think? Do you think he's gonna fit in, or do you feel like LeBron is accustomed to playing a certain way, and he essentially is gonna come back and be more ball dominant, and it's gonna be similar to last year where him and Luca kind of just took turns.
Right. Um, I think he's going to come back and try to initially beat Brown. He's going to try to, get his. Uh, I think he feels like, Brown's always felt like, especially since he's been older, that he's got this point to prove, and he wants to still be the guy. And I mean, he's a powerful dude, as most of us are. So I get it. But if you truly about trying to win again and make a real run to
Hmm.
the chip, then this is I mean, you need to fit into this. You can't come back and be that ball dominant guy. So I think he will initially come back and try to be that because that's what he's used to. That's what he is. He's LeBron, arguably the greatest player of all time. Um, my thought is once he gets in that and tries to do what he was doing and sees that's not winning basketball, I
Yeah.
think he'll try to fall back into what they got going on now. So I know he's sitting over there watching closely. So I just hope he's paying attention, man, and he can figure out a way to roll his game and what they got going on
Yeah. So no, I feel you. So my thing is, I think LeBron's gonna come back. I think he's gonna fit in easily. And the reason I feel that way is because ever since they won that title in the bubble, Bron's been looking to take a back seat. All right. But it's hard to take a back seat when the guys in the front seat don't know how to drive. So Anthony Davis was always hurt, right? Also, the Lakers lack depth. They trade for what Russell Westbrook. When you make that decision to trade for Russell Westbrook, you give up a lot of your depth. Westbrook comes in, falls off a cliff. He's not even close to a shell of himself, right? And then at that particular point, LeBron again has to take the lead. He has to run the show, becomes this ball dominant player. and him and Russ on the same team not going to work because Russ not a spot up shooter. That was the worst version of Russell Westbrook I've ever seen in my life. The guy in LA, that was horrible, right? So LeBron wants to take a backseat. Then you let Russ go, and it's just, okay, well, we're going to get some more role players to go around Bron and AD. Problem is, every time you go to depend on AD, he's hurt. So now you got 38-year-old Bron at that time still having to lead the team. I don't think LeBron wants to lead the team. Last year when they get Luka, it's been unanimous. The Lakers were Luka's team last year. The only difference you're going to see this year from last year is Luka's in shape. The only difference, Luka's in shape and the Lakers have depth. Remember the playoff game last year against the T-Wolves? What happened? JJ Redick said, I can't even go to the bench in the second half. He played all 5 starters the entire second half. We have never seen that before. So you asking Bron at 40 years old to go out there and play an entire second half with fat Luka? That's not possible, bro. That's not possible. Now this year, because another thing that's also gets swept under the rug, and Kenny Smith was kind of talking about this. He was calling Austin Reeves like Austin Lynn, basically saying like Jeremy Lin. But my thing is, no, that's not the case, bro. Austin Reeves been this. He been balling. Like, this ain't new. The problem is when we get to the playoffs, he has a tendency to disappear, especially for whatever reason against Denver. He's disappeared, and then last year against Minnesota. It's not a lack of him not having the ball. He got the same opportunities, but you got to make the most out of your opportunities, right? If they could rest Bron and play you, they would. But every time they put Bron on the bench, the other team going to 8-0, 9-0, 10-0 run. I don't think that's the case this year. And I think it's more about, it has more to do with the fact that, one, Luka's in shape. Second part, Luka's not trying to prove anything to anybody anymore this year, right? So you could tell by the way he was playing last year, it was like he was pressing, like he was out to prove something. This year, he comfortable. And you got a rim runner. You got DeAndre Ayton, who right now is almost averaging a double-double, right? That's something the Lakers have not been able to rely on at all. Like, I mean, if you think about it, outside of Anthony Davis, when the Lakers typically went to the bench, like what big man did they have? Like, now you can bring Hayes off the bench. He's better off the bench than as a starter.
Agreed. Energy guy.
So they got all these energy guys now, like Smith Jr. Yeah. Because where'd Smith Jr. come from? He averaged 10 last year though in Charlotte. Right, but I don't even understand how he was in the G League on a 2-way contract. Bro can get buckets. He averaged 10 in the league last year. How nobody signed you? But
and sometimes it's just about fit, man. Because you figure, yeah, he was in Charlotte last year, but LaMelo was out, so wasn't nobody really get the homie to rock like that, down in Charlotte once he went out. And you figure now you're on a team, like I said, that's playing unselfish. You got, already you got Luke out there who is a career 9-assist average type of guy.
mm-hmm.
Like I said, when Bronny comes in, he's getting 3-4 dimes. So the team is sharing the ball, man, and those guys are right now able to play roles, play that shooter, play that athletic, energetic big that comes off the tick that Luka has always had. Going back to Dallas, you know what I mean? So Luka's going to get in the lane and be able to throw lobs to Hayes, to Ayton. And Ayton's one of those guys where if you're feeding him, you'll get the best out of him. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about Luka. If you're a big man with Luka, you're going to get about 3-4 dunks a game.
Yep.
So, y'all should get overall the best out of Ayton that we've seen. You're probably closest to the guy that we thought was coming out of college in the first place.
Yeah, no, 100%. Right now, top 5 teams in the NBA.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Bulls have been really surprising, man.
Bulls.
I'm not saying they're number one.
The 96 Bulls?
No, the current Bulls. They're 6-1 right now. Those boys is hooping, man. I mean, they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know what that'll, as far as season records or playoffs or championship and all that might go.
Yeah.
But they're definitely currently just right now one of the top 5 teams in the league where they're playing offensively and defensively. Your Pistons, I know you touched on them earlier in the season. They were kind of a sleeper. I believe they're like 6-2 or something like that.
Shout out Detroit. Yep.
Yeah, shout out Detroit, man. Cade Cunningham got those boys going. They look good, man. That Duncan Robinson pickup is looking big.
That's it.
He's open up there. So they're probably I would say they're probably the 2 most surprising teams currently. But of course, you got the Oklahoma City Thunder, which is probably at the top of the rankings. I think they just lost their first game last night.
Yeah. Yeah. You know they lost. I sent you a picture of my parlay losing.
They cost you some money. Sorry about that. But, they're 8-1 right now. They're looking good. That's been predominantly without Jay Will. Chet's missed some games. But that overall young roster they had, man, those boys flat out played. Wiggins is hooping. The other boy Williams, he's seems like he's consistently expanding his game some. He's balling for them. So I mean, you gotta put some respect on the defending champs, man. I honestly, overall, I wouldn't be surprised to see them back in the same position again. We already talked about the Lakers at 7-2. And like you said, the thing that's most impressive about the Lakers is they've won games without Bron, one game at time without Luka.
Yeah.
Some games, they've been without Luka and AR. Some games AR no Luka, some games Luka no AR. So
yep.
Like I said, they seem to have filled out that roster better than it was last year. They got some shooters in there, still got their defenders, with Vanderbilt and Hayes and all that. So a balanced roster coming from them. And probably, another team I would probably put up there that's still, in the mix. You can't forget about Denver, man. Jokic is going to be Jokic, averaging a triple-double a night. As long as Jamal Murray stays healthy, I see them being in there in the end, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them in Western Conference Finals again. Because that team, once again, they have some athletes there now to go around those 2 guys. Aaron Gordon is playing on his mind. Shout out to him. I hit a couple parlays off my guy right there. So appreciate that. But yeah, man, the Nuggets, I would say, is right there with everybody else as far as, how they're playing right now. And, they're one of those teams that don't seem like they care much about seeding. If they get in, they're a mismatch for just about everybody. So that would be mine right now. With it's some teams that are right there, like the Rockets. The Knicks are off to a solid start, but yeah, right now those teams to me are playing the best basketball right now.
Yeah, I feel you. No, I'm with you. I like a lot of those picks. Best team in the league right now, Los Angeles Lakers, and that's just me being keeping it a buck. 7-2 without the best player to ever walk the earth. I mean, you 7-2 and you ain't even got the best player who ever stepped on the planet. Yeah, it's the Lakers. Lakers 1, Thunder 2, Cavs 3, Pistons 4, and 5. It can be a toss up. Give it to Denver. Reason I'm leaving the Rockets out is without a true point guard, I don't see the Rockets making much noise. I just don't see them going very far. I watched the Rockets remind me of an AAU team, and I said that when we talked about the NBA earlier, like a month ago when it's in the preseason. They are an AAU squad. Like they get off the bus, everybody like 6'8", 6'9", like, but don't nobody have a position. It's just a weird vibe when I watch the Rockets play basketball. Like it's really weird because I don't know who plays what position. Like I just don't. Like if I looked at the roster and you took the weight off and you just only had heights on there, you would just think it was a team full of small forwards and power forwards. Like no guards at all. Like you only know Steven Adams is a center because they got his weight next to his name. But everybody's 6'9", 6'10".
Is Reed Shepherd the home guard?
Shepherd on Pacers, right?
No, Houston. Come on, Reed Shepherd. Right?
Reed Shepherd. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Even when they go to their bench, they still bringing in small forwards.
Yeah, Eason and all them.
Yeah. It's a real AAU squad in Houston. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm gonna rock with the Lakers. I feel like when Bron come back, they're gonna be even better. They're gonna be deeper. And pause, but like Bronny, no joke. I knew Bronny would like his basketball IQ is really high. He got a high basketball IQ. I did not expect to see him contribute this season the way he has been so far. Now, it's early. It's a small sample size. I just was not expecting Bronny to be able to be in an NBA game consistently and not get picked on.
Yeah.
Like, but if you look at this is where genes play a huge factor. You look at LeBron from his rookie year to his sophomore year, and I'm not talking about points and output. Like he's never going to be that. I'm talking about physically. If you look at a picture of Bronny from last year versus a picture of Bronny this year, you can tell what he did all summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is in the gym. He's in the gym. And his game, if all he got to do is model his game after Drew Holiday, that's an undersized guard that can defend. Drew Holiday couldn't knock down the three early on in his career. He picked that up more so like later on in Milwaukee, and then obviously in Boston, he had to have it because they wanted to play like that. So
no, I agree with you. I think Bronny will be an overall solid, well-rounded basketball player. And like you said, I mean, he kind of handling the ball and dictating offense like he is right now. I don't think he'll have a problem constantly finding a spot in the league, whether that be on the Lakers or somebody else in the years to come. But I can see Bronny being one of those 10-year pros that just hang around because they're just a solid all-around ball player.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm gonna ask you a real question, though, Joe. Like a real life question. Like, could you imagine your father being a billionaire and you gave a damn about going to work?
Right. I ain't gonna lie to you. That would be hard for me. That would be hard for me. Like you telling me you want me to work hard and my bank account look the way it look off the strength of my parents? Man, I mean, I get it. You know, you want to establish your own name and I get it.
Nope.
Me, I take my own money and start my own thing. Take that money they gave me and start my own thing. That don't mean I'm doing what Bronny doing, but I respect it, man. I respect it. I mean, it's kind of like with Jordan's sons. They tried to be hoopers too.
No, they was trash though.
Yeah, trash. But they tried. They tried, but I felt like they tried because I thought it was Michael Jordan. I gotta play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I feel like, but you know what? I feel like if they had put the effort in, they probably could have made it.
Right.
But they was more like me and you. Like if my dad's a billionaire, okay, put it like this. If I had Bronny's athleticism, if I was LeBron James Jr. and I was the same height as Bron, and he was a billionaire, I still would have an issue going all out to play basketball. What the hell am I going to practice? Like, why am I going to 2-a-days? Seriously, like think about that, bro. You grew up a billionaire. Your dad is a billionaire. Even if he said, you know what? You can only have 10%. I'm okay with that.
Completely fine with that.
Like, So you really. So when people question the pick, like I think this is kind of what threw me when people was questioning Bronny getting drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, for a dude to go through what he went through, like off the floor, like with the heart issues, things like that, because he easily could have just said, you know what, nah, I ain't even gonna do this. My dad, they got his own agency. I'm gonna go work for Clutch. He still can earn a paycheck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he good.
Have a successful career.
Successful career. Don't gotta stress himself. Don't gotta worry about living up to his dad's expectations.
I never liked the criticism that he took for being a second round pick, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, he's Bron's son. That's why he got picked. This and that." And maybe that partially is probably it. But when you look at the second round of the NBA draft, it's a crapshoot 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
How many second round picks have we seen the NBA go draft from overseas that have never made an appearance in the NBA game, have never even made it from overseas to the G League?
Yep.
So for you to say, "Oh, this kid don't deserve to be drafted," half the guys in the second round over the years we ain't even never heard of, bro.
Never, and they never make it.
Right. So why not give him a chance? That's my thing. People like, "Oh, well, other people could have heard their name drafted on draft night." You're right. But that we could have said that for years, way before Bronny. We could have said that about, you know what I mean, who's Shane, or whoever from overseas, France or Italy, where they be drafting these guys from. Like,
Yeah.
So don't put that on that young man because, oh, he only got drafted because he's Bron's son. So what? The man got an opportunity. He's making the most out of his opportunity. That's it.
No, I'm with you. Wasn't even going to go here and touch on this, but since we're here, we're going to touch on it. Because Shedeur Sanders still sitting on a bench in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I'm not a huge Shedeur Sanders fan. I wasn't a huge Shedeur Sanders fan in college, though. I never thought that he was a round 1 through a top 3 round pick. I just never thought he was really good. He holds on the ball too long. He took a lot of sacks. His offensive line looked horrible because technically I thought he held the ball too long. I didn't think his line was great, but I didn't think they was as bad as they made him look.
Right.
But what is clear, like, it's to the point now where even though I'm not pulling like for Shedeur, because I'm not a Shedeur Sanders fan, like I don't believe he's like a great quarterback. He's probably a great son, great kid and everything. Not that I don't dislike him as a person, right? But I do find myself rooting for Shiloh just because he's funny as hell. He cool. He just seemed cool. But when is Cleveland gonna put this man on the field?
The way Stefanski talk, like it won't be under him. I mean, he seems to be ridiculously and sticking with Gabriel. Like he has literally attached his career to Gabriel's for some reason, somehow. Why, I don't know. He seems ready to die on that hill, and that's exactly what he's gonna do.
That's a steep hill.
He won't be the coach of the Cleveland Browns next year. He's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can go and pencil that in. The Cleveland job's open. So
Cleveland job's open.
As we get toward this end of the season, we can start having conversations about who we think will get the job because it's going to be there. The team has no direction. You're sticking with a quarterback that's unproven, that didn't show anything in preseason, hasn't shown anything during the regular season. You got guys in your locker room like Myles Garrett, a guy that's a first ballot Hall of Famer, dominating every Sunday. And he's literally sitting there like, yo, can you get me 20 points? And the answer, no, we can't get you 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, looking at that roster, man, like I said, it's talented pieces on that roster, but they don't seem to have a direction of which way they want to go. You re-sign Garrett, spent all this money, but yet you're not proactively trying to win. So then everybody's knocking on your door during the trade deadline. My understanding, they've had teams offering them money as well as picks to help with, the financial burden of the contract. They're like, no, we refuse to. But why do you refuse?
Yeah.
Because clearly you don't want to win. I don't understand the direction. If you're not gonna win down with these guys, these veteran guys you have like him, Denzel Ward, you know what I mean, folks like that, then trade those pieces and get more picks like the Jets did. The Jets had a better chance of winning right now than the Browns did, and they got rid of 2 core young pieces.
Yeah.
So what exactly are you doing in Cleveland to make your fan base think, oh yeah, we trying to win? I don't see anything. And them people is mad about it.
Yeah, no, you're you're right, man. That's a sad situation.
Don't spin, man. Might as well.
And they're in one of the tougher divisions typically in football. Obviously, this year is a little bit of a down year with Joe Burrow being out in Cincinnati, but overall, for the most part, you're typically going to have 2 to 3 teams out of that division make the playoffs, so it'll be right there every year. This year, we'll probably still get 2.
Let me ask you this. While you bring up the Bengals, let me ask you this. Now that we see my man Joe Flacco out there spinning, does this make you feel like Joe Burrow is just a little bit overrated?
Yeah, I seen something about him being a system quarterback, and I was tripping off that. I think Shady and it was talking about that on their new pod. It is kind of wild because I was like, "Damn, is he a system quarterback?" Bro, I don't think he's a system quarterback. I do believe Joe Flacco can flat out throw the fucking football if he got time in the pocket, and that's what it is. We knew that when he was a Raven, though.
Yeah.
If you give Flacco time
and give him weapons,
and you know what? Think about the weapons we had when we won. So think about the Super Bowl. He didn't even have prime Anquan Bolden.
Not at all.
That wasn't prime Bolden. Like if we would have had prime Anquan,
bad hit Dennis Pitta.
Oh my god!
That was the greatest playoff runs ever. Yo. If he had half a defense in Cleveland, they'd be undefeated with him there.
Yeah.
The fact that you got a 41-year-old guy putting up career highs and what do you do for 460 something yards, and he had to get a shot in the shoulder before the game? Man, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. What's up, David? I didn't know you hopped in there. Yo, yeah. He said Klay Thompson, a system guy. Yeah. Fuck, yeah.
Hey, Klay
that
Thompson
shit hurt, bro.
Luke was there.
Yeah, that's Joe Teen, his Mavs, man. I think no, David Lakers fan. David Lakers fan.
There because Luka was there, and if he could go to LA with Luka, he'd be on the next thing.
Yeah, Dave was a Kobe fan, if I remember correctly. So I know he loved Bron. Now I don't know if that to be true. I know Lakers fans out here talking about trading Bron. I seen earlier. I was like, yo, wait, how the fuck? What? One, my man got a no trade clause, so you can't just trade him. You can't roll up on a man and be like, yo, you out of here. Like he dictate where he go. But yeah, Klay, that's rough, man. That's rough on Klay. Broncos Raiders tonight. I mean, shit. I guess we gotta watch it because it's gonna be on TV. Dave not a Bron. I knew you wasn't no Bron fan, Dave. But yeah, Broncos Raiders tonight. It's on television, so we gotta tune in.
Yeah,
I mean, technically, it's one NBA game. We ain't gotta tune in, but we probably will tune in to watch this trash.
Trap game for the Broncos tonight.
Trap game for the Broncos for sure. And the reason it's a trap game for the Broncos because they have a tendency to get down in games and come back late. If they get down in this game and Max Crosby is out there, I haven't seen him on the injury report. Max playing tonight, right?
As far as I've seen, yeah.
Okay. They go ahead and get down in this game if they want. And Max will go get 2.5, 3 sacks and wreck the whole game for you.
Yeah.
So this is one of those games Denver better be careful because they can go from first in the AFC West to third. Because you lose this, you play Kansas City next week.
Exactly.
And now you're third.
Don't get the look in the head.
Yeah. So Denver can mess around if they want tonight, but I expect Denver to handle business mainly because the Raiders got Geno. Like, he good for 2 interceptions, man. Even
Yo,
without Surtain playing. And if he don't throw an interception, he gonna fumble.
if Geno is a starting quarterback in the league, Jameis should be a starting quarterback in the league. 'Cause what the hell?
Yeah, my nigga Winston should be my man Winston should definitely be a starter in the league, bro.
My thing is, Geno gonna throw 2 picks, but he only gonna throw for 200 yards. At least James gonna throw for about 325.
Yeah. So what's your prediction for the night before we get out of here?
Man, Broncos win by probably. I'm gonna say probably by like 9.
So you thinking what's give me a score.
I'm gonna say they probably 27-17.
Okay.
27.
I got the Raiders winning this game tonight, bro.
Ooh.
Which, if you think about it, and you saw the bet I was about to place earlier, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got the Raiders winning this game 27-24. Bo Nix 2 interceptions. I think they're due. I think they've overperformed most of this season. And I think the back end of their schedule going to come back to bite them. And I really see the Broncos potentially fighting for that last wild card spot. Because I feel like the Chargers will finish better than they will. So Denver probably finish third in the division. It could go Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos in the AFC West.
I can see that. Like you said, the Broncos have gotten through the. I mean, they've had a couple of hitters there, but for the most part, that first 8 wasn't that difficult. So
yeah, definitely. Well, shoot, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. If you ain't already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all those good things, man. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support.